Are you tired of constantly wrestling with server policies? I get it, you're not alone. So in this explainer, we're going to dive into a feature in Windows Server 2025 that honestly is a huge game changer for admins. Starter GPOs. Let's jump right in. So does this whole scene sound familiar to you? You spin up a brand new server, and bam, you're immediately tangled in this web of configurations. You're trying so hard to make sure it perfectly matches every other server, all while keeping your security absolutely locked down. It just feels like this constant uphill battle, right? And this battle has some very real consequences. Every time you manually configure a group policy object, a GPO, you're basically rolling the dice and hoping for consistency. And those tiny little differences between servers, they can become massive gaping security holes before you even know it. And maybe the biggest cost of all is your time. Just hours and hours spent on work that's repetitive and, let's face it, super error-prone. But what if there was a better way? What if you could define your standards just once and then deploy them perfectly every single time? Well, this is exactly the problem that starter GPOs in Windows Server 2025 are built to solve. Seriously, just think of them as the ultimate template for all your policies. Okay, so what is a starter GPO officially? The textbook definition is that it's a pre-configured template that stores a collection of administrative template policy settings, and its whole job, its entire purpose, is to be a reliable, solid baseline for any new GPO you create. Right, so in plain English, a starter GPO is a master template for your server settings. It's the blueprint, it's the gold standard you use to build everything else, making sure you always start from a strong, approved, and consistent foundation. So let's get to the good stuff. Why should you care? What really makes this a genuine game changer for us system admins? Let's break down the key benefits that make this feature so incredibly powerful. The difference between the old way and the new way is, well, it's night and day. The old manual approach was just inconsistent and took forever. This new way with starter GPOs is all about standardization, super fast deployment, and easy portability. It's a total shift from manual grunt work to smart automation. First up, and you could argue this is the most important one, is a massive boost to your security. Instead of just hoping every new policy is configured securely, you can absolutely guarantee it starts out that way from the get-go. And here's how that actually works. So Microsoft gives us these official, up-to-date security baselines. These are basically expert-level recommendations for hardening your servers. You can just import them directly into a starter GPO, and just like that, from that moment on, every single new policy you create is built on a secure, Microsoft-approved foundation. Okay, the next huge benefit is enforced consistency. This is all about getting rid of what we call configuration drift. You know what I'm talking about. That subtle little difference that just creeps in when different admins, or heck, even the same admin on a different day, sets things up just a little differently. The whole goal here is to provide a single starting point, one source of truth. It doesn't matter if it's for security or desktop settings or apps, every new GPO starts from the exact same baseline. No more guesswork, no more variation, period. And benefit number 3 is effortless portability. This is what lets this whole strategy just scale up beautifully. I mean, what if you could create your perfect configuration template and then just share it anywhere with anyone? Well, that's exactly what starter GPOs let you do. You set up your baseline, you export it as a file, and then you can import it into a totally different environment. This is so powerful for standardizing settings across different domains, or maybe for consultants setting up multiple client networks, or just for making sure your dev, test, and production environments are all on the same page. Okay, so we've covered the why. It's pretty compelling, right? Now let's take a quick peek at the how. How do you actually put these awesome templates to work in the real world? You're going to love this. The workflow is refreshingly simple. You just open up the good old group policy management console, create a new starter GPO, and set it up. You can either import those Microsoft baselines we talked about, or you can build your own custom setup from scratch. Then you can export it and share it. That's it. Simple, effective, and really, really powerful. Now hang on, there's a crucial point to remember here. Starter GPOs are specialized. They are designed to store specifically administrative template settings. We're talking about those thousands of registry-based policies that control the user and computer environment. Things like desktop behavior, app settings, system restrictions. So they don't cover every single GPO setting, like software deployment, but they totally master the most common and critical ones. All right, let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. What does all of this really mean for you strategically? How does this change the way you manage your entire infrastructure? Here it is. Starter GPOs transform policy management from a reactive, firefighting job into a proactive, intentional strategy. You're no longer just fixing inconsistencies, you're preventing them from ever even happening. It means onboarding a new server doesn't have to be a week of manual checks anymore. It can be an afternoon. It means when an auditor asks for your security baseline, you've got a single, verifiable template ready to go. You get to set the standard from day one. So you see, this isn't just some new feature. It's a whole new way to think about managing policy with confidence and consistency. And that leaves me with one final thought for you. Now that you've got this tool, what's the very first security baseline you're going to establish in your environment?